Hey everyone, welcome back to Family Talk here at Impulse. Today is something a little bit different, and I'm very excited about this. I'm going to share with you just a little bit about our thoughts on nutrition here, specifically about my journey when it comes to nutrition. Also, going to talk about 3 simple things anyone can do to help improve their health when it comes to nutrition. And lastly, some cool announcements about what to expect when it comes to Impulse and your nutrition. So let's get started. All right. Hey, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura. I'm one of the owners here at Impulse. And most of you don't know my story, why I would care about nutrition. But the truth is that both my husband and I and our family, we care very, very deeply about nutrition. In fact, I am a certified nutritional therapy practitioner from the Nutritional Therapy Association out in Washington. I'm also a certified nutrition coach from the ISSA. More importantly than that, my family and I have been on a 13-ish year journey at the time of this recording of figuring it out, of figuring out our nutrition for our family and ourselves, and just the process of trial and error in that. And so it's something that's very dear to our heart and something we're very, very passionate about. So confession, I used to actually be a sugar addict, like to the 10th degree. I'm sure that I ate more unhealthy than most people listening to this. I loved sweets. I loved ice cream. The biggest phrase I ever said to my husband while we were dating is, let's go get ice cream. He laughs and tells a story when he first visited my parents in New York. We were living in Ohio at the time, both of us. That's where we met. And we went to New York where my parents live, upstate New York. And uh, it's funny. He said, he laughs and he goes, I swear to you, we went out to get ice cream no less than 3 times. And we were only there for like 2 days. And that is how I grew up. We were we loved our sweets. We loved our ice cream. I was the person who could eat an entire half gallon of ice cream if you put it in front of me and left me to my own vices. And second only to sweets was my love for bread and pasta. And it was something that I loved. I ate a ton of. And truth be told, I wasn't overly healthy. I didn't really know it at the time. In fact, while I did struggle with weight at one point, I fluctuated up 20, 30 pounds at one point. That was not what really actually got me thinking about and caring about nutrition. It was actually a much deeper thing that happened for my family and I, and for Zach and I. Actually, it was back in 2013. I mean, when we first got married in 2011, we were definitely thinking along that path, trying to cut out, high fructose corn syrup and some things like that. But it was in 2013 that things really changed for us. And what happened is that my husband and I, we had our first miscarriage at it was right at 12 weeks. And after that, in 2014, we had our son, who was born at 26 weeks. He was born very, very prematurely. And thank the Lord for him and the miracle there, because he is a perfectly healthy 11-year-old boy now. He weighed only 2 pounds. We were in the NICU for 127 days. And I remember when we got home, that experience, that stress, really, whatever health that I had, really tanked. I was in a bad place when we got back home after the hospital, and it progressively got worse. Sleeping all the time. I was just exhausted. I was depressed. There was just a lot going on, and I chose to go the natural route in that, because I was fairly confident if I went through traditional medicine, I would be diagnosed with postpartum, which there might have been some of that, but there's something else deeper going on. I didn't know what it was, and I wanted to figure it out. And that's where we really got started with our like hardcore nutrition journey. We had been dabbling in it, and we got to that point, and it was, hey, like, I want to figure this out. There's something going on. Learned a lot about gut health and that I didn't have any, and spent the next couple of years experimenting with different lifestyles, diet choices, supplements, and figuring it out for myself, and figuring out what wasn't working and what did. And I'm really grateful for that, because I don't think that I would be where I am today, and I wouldn't be healthy and thriving had it not been, because I was on a trajectory of sickness, not health. And um, that point in our life really changed and pivoted that. And since then, we have been on a journey toward health instead of towards sickness, with bumps in the road, of course. Um, but in 2016, we actually had another loss, and in 27, a third loss, and in those processes, or in that process, I actually doubled down and decided that, hey, I'm going to actually become certified. I want to learn. I want to figure that out. I want to figure out what is happening and how to get healthy. And I did it because we wanted to have another child. So I went to the Nutritional Therapy Association, went through their program, got certified, and I was healthy. I mean, I was, from all perspectives, I was very healthy. I ate very clean. I thought that was the answer. And honestly, I ended up getting pregnant for, it would have been the fifth time in 5 years, three losses and a premature son, who at that point was 4 and thriving. But got pregnant again and ended up having a fourth loss. Actually, we had a stillborn at 31 weeks. It was probably the most challenging thing that my husband and I have ever gone through. And at that point, we decided that God was calling us not to continue to try to have more kids, that he had other plans for us. And I share that with you because what I've learned from that experience is, as healthy as I was, health and like nutrition is so important, but it also is, you can almost stress yourself out from trying to eat too healthy. And that's what I did. I was trying to be perfect in it. And in that, I might have been healthy as far as what I was eating, but I wasn't healthy in how I was eating, in my mindset. I learned a lot through that process, and obviously I got certified as a nutritional therapy. I know a lot about nutrition, but I have some different beliefs than some people because I've been through the experiences that I've been through. And I'll tell you this, every person is unique. But there are some things that benefit everybody. The other thing that I know to be true because of my experiences is nutrition you need to be disciplined with nutrition. However, it can become as big of a stress as the bad food you're eating on your body if you become obsessed with it. And so I'm a very big fan of, I always think of a pendulum, and you can swing to, I eat whatever I want, whenever I want. And then you can swing all the way to the point where you're like, I can't eat anything ever because I'm scared. And both sides are detrimental to your health. And so we really have to find the middle ground and the balance and really make it a lifestyle, but make it one that is sustainable and still allows you to live your life and enjoy your life. Yeah, that's what I learned through that process, and it's been a painful process, but that's why I do love nutrition, is because it really has benefited me dramatically. Like, I don't know where I would be if I didn't learn some of that stuff. It's helped me with my depression, with anxiety. It's helped me feel healthy, move better, be able to lift more. It's helped me in so many arenas of my life, mentally and physically, that I really feel passionate about sharing that with other people. And I know I have not, this is the first time you've probably heard this story. I don't know that most of you, if any of you, have heard that, but I wanted you to know where I was coming from and why I care about it. And why you're going to see more and hear more about it moving forward. But I also want to share with you, there's a couple of things that I do believe, like I said, I get, like, nutrition is very unique and it's person by person. However, there are definitely some things that everyone can benefit. And I want to give you three simple but not easy principles that can be really, really helpful for you, just to get, like, if you're like, where do I start? I know I need to do something. Where do I start? Here's three things that I would recommend. And I've worked and talked to a lot of people, worked with and talked to a lot of people about nutrition, as far as experimented a ton on my own. And these are three things that I believe are true for everybody and can really make a difference in your life. The first one is drink less sugar and more water. Okay. And that one sounds simple, but at the same time, sugar creeps into everything. There's, from juices, if you're not careful, if it's from concentrate, juice actually has concentrate, means it can have added sugar in it, right? So if it's not like fresh juice, if it says from concentrate, that means there can be added sugar in it, right? So it could be in your juices. It's in our fancy coffee drinks, energy drinks, Gatorades, teas. I mean, like, you name it, like, so many things have sugar in it. So if we can decrease in alcohol, like alcoholic beverages. So if we can decrease the amount of sugar we drink and increase the amount of water we drink, that's the first thing. Okay. Second thing is eat more whole foods. Okay. It sounds silly, but how many things do you eat every day that come out of a package? And I don't mean you, I mean everybody, like not just you, like everybody. Maybe you do a really great job of it. It's hard, it's challenging. It's something that you actually really, really need to work on. And what I mean by that is like it's not easy in our society to not eat out of a package. Like it's much easier to do that. It's much more convenient. We live busy lives and it's easy to grab things. There are some better things out of packages than others, and we'll get to all that stuff. But if you're just looking for a simple thing to think about, is eat more things that don't come in a package. If you do that, if you just start with one meal, like how can I eat this meal without anything that comes from a package, and say, hey, 2 meals, or hey, 3 meals, or hey, my snacks, like pick something and work toward it. One of the things I do, because I think it all starts with how you shop, uh, shop the perimeter of the store. If you're shopping the perimeter of the store, you're getting fruits, you're getting vegetables, you're getting meat, you're getting dairy, you're getting those things that are not necessarily as packaged. And so that's the second thing. So first thing, drink less sugar, more water. Secondly, eat more whole foods. And then the third thing is get enough protein. Okay. It's super easy to not get protein during the day and not even realize it. You know, you might get up, you might have cereal for breakfast or oatmeal for breakfast or fruit for breakfast, something like that. And then you go to lunch and maybe you have bread or cheese or crackers because you don't get a full lunch, you know, something like that. And you just don't get enough protein there. And then dinner, you know, there's lots of meals that don't have very much protein, if any, you know, pastas with, even if it's a relatively healthy with pasta and veggies and sauce, you might not get very much, if at all, protein in the day. And protein is very important for building your muscles. And just in general, it's very foundational for us. And so those are the three things I think that everybody in our society can benefit from. There's more, but those are the first three things, things to just like easy things to implement. Drink less sugar, more water, eat more whole foods, and get enough protein, you know? And so pick little mini goals for yourself. Like, hey, for breakfast, I'm going to make sure that and I did this at one point. Hey, make sure that I have some kind of protein in every breakfast I have, right? Or make sure I have some kind of protein in every dinner that I have. Make sure I have some protein in every meal. Make sure that one meal doesn't come out of a box. Make sure that our snacks for a week don't come out of a box. Hey, I'm going to cut this drink out of my diet. And here's just another trick for you. If sugar is the thing that you struggle with, sugar in drinks, something that we did when we first started not drinking sugary stuff, in particular pop. I know a lot of people like pop or soda, depending on where you're from. You might call it something different. But if you want to drink less soda, something that you can do is get sparkling water, like a Pellegrino or some kind of water like that. Mix it with fruit juice, not from concentrate, and you mix it, right? And so you start with a little bit more juice and a little bit of water. You get that sparkly still, and then you gradually change that, and you have less juice, so less sugar, and more of the sparkling water. And then maybe eventually you can just drink more water, or maybe you can add lemon to your water, add fresh lemon juice to your water, add fresh fruit to your water, whatever you need to do to start drinking more of that and less of the sugar, and you'll over time balance that. So those are a couple of tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. There's going to be lots more coming at you with that, but I just wanted to kind of share my story with you real quick of why it matters so much to us, how it's really saved our life. And I could go way more in depth to that. If you have questions, feel free to email at hello@impulse.com. I'm happy to share more, but I'm trying to keep this in time frame. And so, but I want to share that with you, give you a couple tips, and then just a couple things coming up, just so that you guys know here at Impulse. First of all, like I said, we're going to be talking more and more about nutrition. I've been talking with Kim and then one of our trainers, Grace, who are all very passionate about nutrition and studied it here and there as well. And we are going to be coming out with a new thing for you guys. It's going to be called 5 to Thrive. And it's a 5-level nutritional challenge that's built on real food, real habits, and real results. And I'm excited to get that. I'm working on that. We're working on that behind the scenes. And hopefully within the next month or so, I'm hoping that it will be done and ready for y'all. And so we've got more nutrition stuff coming out. I'm excited about that, and to just share more from our team about that and other things. Also, this recording, the family talk, is we are moving it to every other week. With the holidays coming up, it's going to be better for us to do every other week. So if you don't see one next week, that's okay. You'll see one the week after. And then lastly, we have some awesome things coming up, starting with Trick or Train, November 1st. So make sure you come out for that. It's during the 9 o'clock, a team training session on Saturday, November 1st. Come, bring the family, bring kids, get dressed up in whatever costumes you want. Come train. We're going to have prizes and just a lot of fun for the family. Kim and a lot of the team will be there. So make sure you guys get out to that. And then that's going to be rolling right into our Black Friday deals, which will be announced probably second week of November, which we're excited about that. And then we have something epic coming in December as well. We can't wait to announce what we've got planned for that. So stay up to date. Make sure you're reading, listening, and checking things out. Make sure it's always on the board and the screen at the gym. If you're in the gym, if you're not in the gym, check out your emails. And if you are not yet part of Impulses and you come and train there, you can always go to www.getstrongeragain.com, and there you can go ahead and you actually get, we offer for $99, you can get your first month of training unlimited. Come check us out. Come check it out. And if you currently are a member at the gym and actively working out there, if you share that link with anybody and they sign up, you will also get unlimited training of the month that they do, because we very much believe in working out together in a community. So if you have a friend joining, we want you to be able to work out when they're working out. So we will honor that and give you that as well. So those are my announcements. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.